Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Bataleon Astro Gimbal God Limited Edition Colorway Early Release Binding. That's right, Gimbal God got his own binding colorway. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on a day that was a mix of gray skies and overcast with pockets of blue, average temps, zero wind. You had 1 to 2 inches of fresh snow on top of just everything that was frozen the day before, as well as perfect corduroy. And I rode it on my Ride Shadow Band snowboard with my K2 Thraxis boots. When it comes to adjustability, you have flip tabs on the toe and the heel to lengthen or shorten the strap. The toe strap is on a push pin system, so you push it down, pull it back up. You got 2 placements there. Then you also have the high back rotation, so you can just rotate that high back to make it parallel to your heel edge if that's your thing, on top of forward lean adjustment. And of course, the heel cup is fully adjustable. It's 4 screws, you loosen them up, you pull it out, push it in. That will help center your boot on it. And the toe ramp slides forward or backwards depending on where you want to lock it down. When it comes to the straps, you've got an Infinity Aux Tech strap on the toe. This is more rectangular with its cutout, which allows it to fit over multiple boot shapes a lot better. I really dig this strap because I haven't found any issues with it going over different types of boots. Even though I only ride the K2 Thraxis, it just looks and feels like it's going to grip anything that goes in there. The heel strap is a little bit thicker, but because of that, you get a little more rebound when you drive into it. I think this is a super plush strap. It works exceptionally well when it's tightened down. All the padding comes from your boot, which is fine because this is just designed to hold you down. It's got a good cutout that just fits over the instep, and it holds you in and makes you feel secure. When it comes to the ratchets, you got that 1-finger quick release. You never have to worry about it. What's nice about this is you do have a wider feed. It makes it easier to just line these up and get that ladder in. They climb well, they stay locked down. You never have to worry about it. It's what you want out of a ratchet. With the high back, it's a little more rigid. You notice that right away. There's not a lot of padding in it. You do have that rubber grip at the base, so when you get in there, it just helps suction cup to the heel of your boot to keep it locked in when you tighten your heel strap down. Overall, it's a high back. It does high back things. The forward lean adjustment, super easy to use. You just flip it up, you slide it down, you slide it up, you lock it back in place, you're good to go. So first and foremost, there's really no difference between this and the regular Astro, just the limited edition colorway. It is a full wrap binding, which gives you more power and drive out of it. Just laterally, you notice right away that because it wraps all the way around, you can really push into the board. You don't get as much play. Toe to heel, same thing. You're getting a lot of power out of this binding. It's not overly stiff, but it is stiffer. You feel like you got some girth to it. Those straps have power when you drive into them. You notice that toe to heel response is super awesome. And like I said, the lateral flex, while it does have a mini disc, isn't so abundant that you feel like you lose any of that power when you're just trying to push on the outside of your back foot and drive the tail of the board. The overall ride of this binding is damp and smooth. It's consistent. That footbed really does a great job of absorbing kinetic energy and even those bigger jarring hits. It just deadens it to the point that you're not feeling as much foot fatigue. Then you've got the foam on the actual base plate. That adds to this. Like I said, damp and smooth, but a consistent ride. It's not so damp that it feels dead or that it lessens the ride of the board, but it just kills off that kinetic energy that does cause that foot fatigue that causes you to not be able to ride as long. Who's this binding for? The all-mountain do-it-all guy. Someone that just wants precision and power in a binding that isn't overly stiff, but has stiffness where it counts and still gets a damp ride. I'll be honest, I've ridden this binding, just not in this colorway, but I got the chance to do it, so why not put out a review for you guys so people can be like, ooh, limited colorway, we're gonna go buy it. This is a solid binding. It's damp where it counts. It's got power where you need it. The straps are good. The ratchets are good. The high back does what you want it to do. It's got adjustability. I dig this binding. If you want a limited colorway, check it out. If you don't, buy the regular version. They're both solid. Comparable bindings. the Rome DOD, the Ride C6, the Bent Metal Transfer. This has been my review of the Bataleon Astro Gimbal God colorway binding. Do you agree? Do you disagree? You gonna buy a pair? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this binding. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.